So Valley Meats is located in Coal Valley, Illinois, and we've been around since the 1970s. Jim and Bonnie Smolinski started it, and since the 1970s, it's been sold and bought a couple different times. During that time, we changed the name to Valley Meats, but we still operate and run J&B brand products for the customers.
Our number one deal is quality and safety and producing a food-safe product.
We've got about 100 employees, a lot of long-term employees that have been here 20 plus years. And for me personally, I've grown up in this plant, bounced around and done a lot of different jobs. A lot of the people here are like family to me. They've watched me grow up and I've watched our kids grow up, and it's just been a great experience and a great place to work. Martin Brothers is a great fit for us. They've been a partner with us for over 30 years and allowed us to grow and push us to be a better company. We've got the bulk ground beef, the vacuum packed fresh, the IQF frozen patties, breaded products, and then we've got a lot of the healthcare items like the Salisbury steaks, the dinner patties, the pepper patties. Just a different array of different proteins, and we kind of try and provide meat for several different segments within the food service industry. Valley Meats does national and regional chain accounts. One thing that we like to do, and we think that we're fairly good at it, is identify some of these accounts that their volume justifies a custom formulation or custom pack. It separates us from some of the other companies out there. Their minimums are much higher on that, but we like to identify whether it be an independent single operator or multi-unit chain account. We like to work with those guys and develop formulas for them, shapes and sizes, packaging options, whatever it is that they look for. It makes us much more nimble. Yeah, and not only are we able to do some of these plate changes or smaller batch runs, we also operate our own trucks. So we use a combination of outside trucking and our own trucks.
We're a no harvest facility. Everything is purchased from our suppliers who go through our approved supplier program.
So aside from just being federally inspected from the USDA, Valley Meats has gone above and beyond with our test and hold program, just to ensure that every patty that we put out there has been tested. We just, again, want to make sure that everything we put out is the safest product possible.
So for all material intended for grinding, we require a COA, a certificate of analysis, saying that it is negative for E. coli 0157. We do not receive anything into the plant without this in hand.
The QA techs will take a sample every 15 minutes so we can send it to the lab so it can be tested for E. coli 0157, and nothing in the plant can be shipped until we have a negative result for that. We monitor the temperature of the rooms, the raw material. We monitor the temperature of the batches. We monitor the temperature of every 15-minute pull.
Everything's got to stay capped and covered. We have QA techs that monitor to see if there's any exposure. And if any meat's exposed, it gets a red tag to be reconditioned. All combos, unless specified by the customer, goes through our UV tunnel here. And then we have an employee here that separates the meat so that it goes through the tunnel, and it gets hit with a beeficide application, and then it gets hit with the UV tunnel lights for 2 minutes. We want to clean the bacteria off and stop any further growth that could be occurring. The bone ejector, so that after it goes through the whole process into the final grind, anything that would still register within the bone ejector is ejected out there. So this is where the patties come out. They go through metal detection. Each batch, we take a sample over there to make sure we have the right fat percentage. So if it's 80-20, 75-25. But when it's the breaded line, the loins will go down there, they'll get sliced, they'll get tenderized, they'll get flattened, they get a pre-dust, they get battered, and then they get breaded.
Not every day is the same product. Like you saw today, we had some products with some allergens, so we try and keep all that segregated. Over the last year that we've reflected on is how to make our plant more efficient. Labor costs are up, packaging costs are up, raw material costs are up. And there's been a labor shortage, and so we've looked at different ways that we could streamline our processes. One thing that you guys saw when you were in the plant was an automated stacker, and that was step one. Step two is looking at different boxes, automated box machines that'll actually make the boxes for you, send them down our lines, and reduce the amount of staff that we have to have on hand, or at least be able to place that staff in a different area. Phase two is going to be, looking at fully automated, lines, and it's to reduce costs to our customers and our customers' customers, as we all struggle and try and find ways to, keep our costs, at a minimum.